How do I feel looking back on 25 years? I'm incredibly proud that we are still here as such a vibrant organisation.
We are a bunch of guys who literally learn the game by watching it on YouTube. And they get hit, and they're like, I wasn't ready for that.
The sense of camaraderie and seeing that continue off the field.
Whereas in the first few years, it was kind of like, this could fall apart tomorrow.
All is in readiness here. The stars are out. The big stage is here. The red carpet is rolled out.
Looking forward to this, as we like to say, a humdinger.
And the question is, can you teach old dogs old tricks? This is a rematch of last year's grand final between the two sides.
They made the grand final last year, now a rematch. It was a slugfest.
Every single player on that team is a weapon.
I'll tell you what, if that doesn't make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, you might want to check your pulse.
So, hang on to a partner. This is going to get rough and ready. The two best sides here at the Nationals. The dream rising to the top in Prince fashion. And these boys are going to get it on. Smash mouth in the middle. And a fantastic mark in front by the number 12.
For the air, Coleman went for it. Look out, here comes trouble.
Sportscast, Crash Boom Opera out of the middle. Everyone goes down and gets funky.
Say, calm it down. I got this. Let's take some good marks. Let's play some clean footy. That's where we shine.
The umpire says, I may need to shove the scraper off the ground. Lonestars just give me that ball. And she took it away.
He tosses it to the heavens and the Lord says, go after it, my daughters, and play footy.
A bit inexperienced, a little bit probably nervous and over anxious. You've got to keep it plugging away. It'll come.
Yeah, no big tackle put in there, but it was high, just a little high around the shoulders.
Taken by the 24 for Minnesota. Freeman in the score. Here's the number 23. He's taken, played on, shoots, and scores! That is, we have some new kids on the block with regards to USAFL Nationals.
I love the fact that all these Americans love this sport.
In the forward pocket for the Suns. Big men go up, but the throws out the back, roved off the back, off hands, snap at goal on the right, but the wind again carrying that to the right and out of bounds on the fall.
That was Mason LaFawn, Troy, that had that nice mark in the middle of the ground. Now that we have the right game up, and hey, we got numbers on both teams, so
Well
that's
done,
a good
Mason.
thing. Yep, and now back the other way as Houston brings that one up on the far side. And now out the near side they come, and they're going to look for the man there at number 10, Facundo Way, and not find him. Turning back. Oh, great job, however, by, I think that was Tristan Boyer. In fact, it was. Boyer, one of their fearsome defenders. And now it'll be a free kick. Free kick will come to the number 9. That's Jordan Schaefer. Schaefer goes across, looking for now, and that one is popped back up high in the air. Who wants it? Swatted away as Stu Job almost had it, then he lost it. Now up on the far side, and the ball tumbles out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw, an advantageous situation for the Houston Lone Stars. We've played about 2 minutes of scoreless football on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
Throw comes in, forward pocket, tap one there by the Suns forward. Only down to the Houston Rover though. He kicks the ball high, off hands. Just outside the 50 for the Suns. Pack forms, umpire says, I'll have it, thank you very much.
Umpire touches it, up high. That's umpire Steve Arnott. Ball gets patted around like a ping pong ball. Ball goes to ground. It comes out, and now here is Lay, who goes across. Lay, the player coach. That ball is deflected, goes up high, drops down, and now here comes Houston out of the back, and it's a crash boom opera. It was 3 red on red jumpers. Big tackle in there by Julian David, and the ball comes loose. The umpire says, "Let's the record play because I love this song," and the ball goes down. He too likes Brock Berrigan, just like me. There's nothing wrong with a little chill hop. And it'll be a free kick now to the Lone Stars. Coming out to the near side. Bops in front. Again, there's Lay. Long handball up over the top. Finds a friendly face there in Seth Bradley. Bradley sends that one forward. Lots of Lone Stars there. It pumps down in front. Ball goes to ground. Everybody goes down, gets funky in terms of Lawrence Welk. And now, a little shaking, a little bake. Throws that one on Lay. And again, the wind. Oh, my goodness. And that one takes that one out on the full. And with that velocity, this is some science with Gauno. This is the velocity and the wind blowing in that direction. That's a wicked hard curve. The wind wreaking havoc with the play across all fields today. No score on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
That boundary line out there is the top stat getter so far.
Out to the near side they come once again, and now the ball comes to ground. They just got it away, and ball comes to ground once again, and it looks like we'll have a ball up. A free kick, rather. And it will go the way of Tristan Boyer, number 4. Boyer goes in and finds a mark and does so in, number 11. That is Nico Capriano from Chile as he sends that one forward. Nice, almost taking the mark again was David. He goes to clear that one out, and the mark is taken. Capriano, he was taken high, absolutely. And again, he almost tried to decapitate him, at least in the footballing sense and not in the real sense, because he's not that evil of a person. And it will be a free kick from dead in front. Capriano's kick is up on the way. Looks good from here, drifting right, but did it sneak through? No, it did, in fact, go directly over the goalpost. And so there's the first score of the game on the Watch AFL scoreboard. It's the Sacramento Suns 1, Houston Lone Stars nothing here on Go Live Sportscast.
Just a little celebration there from the kicker, but wasn't convincing anyone as the ball drifted right. Bringing the ball back in now, Houston Lone Stars. Kicks to the top of the 50. Off hands, Houston looking to clear the ball now. Running with hands, short hand, kick down, high to the wing. Pack forms, no mark taken. There's a high tackle in there. The umpire can't see it though.
There it is. We didn't help him, did we?
No, he knew it all along.
Here's Simon Craig, goes out to the far side and finds Connell Broderick. Broderick goes into the outside now. It drops in front. Handball in the middle of the ground. Here we go, and they'll get that one out the back now. This one is chipped in over the top, over to the near side. A couple of Lone Stars digging after it. The boundary line looms. Able to keep that one in as Chance Meyer. Meyer gets shoved down by Chris Gould. Ball goes to ground. Boyer was in there, and it's swatted out of bounds by the Lone Stars. Boundary throw in front of the Go Live Sportscast cameras that know all and see all, and in front of Troy Thompson and me. I'm Brian Barish.
So Sacramento with the ball in their forward line for most of the match so far. Houston looking to see if they can get it forward in their half for the first time. But not to be. Out the back of the pack, Suns squeezes a kick somehow through that pack. The ball dribbles over the line, out of bounds once again for a throw-in.
Been interesting to see Sacramento. We mentioned their record having won Division III back in 2014. They went to they lost in 2013, again in interesting circumstances. They lost to Houston, and so a little bit of a history between these two teams. Capriano tried to knock that one down, and then picked up and sent that one by 25, who is Raul Meza. Ball comes free, and then picked up and taken down quickly. No call. Boyer with a looping handball up over the top. Meza is like a bull in a sun shop right now with the way he's throwing his shoulder around, and the ball goes in, and now it is still loose on this beautiful, lush Ontario Silver Lakes carpet. Here going around again is Broderick. Broderick sends it up high. Swatted free again by Capriano. We have a whistle behind the play, and it's going to be a free. It's going to be a free kick for pushing the back, and that is what the what umpire Adam Alvarez says. So it'll be a free kick to Caprignano, who is best on ground for the Sacramento Suns at the Western Regionals in Denver back in July.
Going into the half-forward line now. Finds a teammate on the lead. He'll kick long inside the 50. Scrubby-looking kick, but no matter. Cleaned up and into David. 35 metres out. Kicking with the left to right breeze.
Excuse me, Troy. Matt Hopman with a great mark on that near side. No, this is David.
Yeah. His kick drifts to the right. It's a behind, but second score on the board.
On the Watch AFL scoreboard, the Suns lead the Lone Stars 2-0 here on Cooper's Field on Go Live Sportscast. Thanks to our sponsors, Tasmanian and Cooper's Beer and Fiji Airways. Remember, get on that raffle. Go and win yourself possibly a trip from LAX to Australia by way of Fiji. Ball goes out to into the pocket. Going after to chase it is a couple of players, and the ball will go out of bounds once again. So Troy, it's been very interesting. It's been kind of a cagey back and forth and Sacramento so far they've been reaping the rewards of the win, but not to their fullest extent just yet.
Exactly. They'll be hoping that doesn't cost them.
Ball goes to ground once again. And, able to get free and getting free and all sorts. He's just really throwing himself at it. I think I know exactly who that is. It is Colby Campbell, and my goodness, he very much is like a human bowling ball, knocking over players as if they were pins. And out of all of that, they do get a behind out of that. 3-0 on the it used to be the Cooper scoreboard. It's the Watch AFL scoreboard now. The times they are becoming different. And it's out to the near side now. Almost not good spoil out of the back as Job went after it. And I believe that was Lay who went after the football. Ball comes into the middle of the ground once again. David saw it doing off of Jeffrey Jamnik and then just trying to put something towards the sticks. But in fact, it's going out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick to Houston under the pump. They're down 3-0 on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
Yeah, Sacramento really need to find a way to get the ball out of this dead pocket. Really making it hard to kick goals and make it easy to defend for Houston. So Houston with the ball at halfback, kicking long to the pack on the wing. Great mark taken there by number 9 for the Suns. In looking for David, off hands. Ball spills inside the 50. Houston there to clean up again though. Umpires pulled out a free kick though from the contest. It'll go to Houston just inside the 50 at halfback.
They'll have a chance to shake the old Etch-a-Sketch and draw up something new. Jordan Schaefer, by the way, number 9 for Sacramento, doing a fantastic. No, you're all good. Out to the near side now, goes up high. Knocked away by Broderick, kept in play as Meyer able to get the ball in play. Then going after it is Carrie Nolan trying to clean up the damage. And the free kick has been pulled out by umpire Steve Arnott. Or the ball, in fact, has a ball up has been picked out as in point of fact. He says, let's ready and let's let the spirit de corps flow. As now over the top, over the back came Caden laughing. And I'll tell you what, it was very impressive looking. And they didn't give the ball back. So that is a 50-meter penalty. And now Stuart Job will move up. There's still 2 kicks from goal. And I don't want to alarm anybody, but that giant glowing ball in the sky is supposed to be up there. It's the first time we've seen it today. The ball has gone to ground. Here comes Houston, their first drop forward. Big tackle put in there by Zach Weichel. And now the umpire says there's nothing moving. The ball is cryogenically frozen, just like Walt Disney. I messed that one up, and we'll have a ball up inside 50. Houston, their first real attack of this first half.
Yeah, hard work going into that breeze, but they've got it there. They've got an opportunity now to get it inside that 50. Back of the pack, long kick, looking for the full forward. And great mark taken there by the big man from Houston. Number 7. Simon Craig. He'll be kicking from about 35 metres out into a fairly stiff breeze.
Ooh.
Kick was good for distance, but once again, that wind just taking it right to left. And the first score for the Houston Lonestars on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
All minor scores so far, Troy, 3-1 is the score. As you mentioned on Watch AFL and here on Go Live Sportscast, out to the near side, marked across nicely by Schaefer once again. Got a little history for you. USAFL history has been made today, and we'll tell you that in just a moment with a Division I, a pretty nondescript Division I result. But in event, there will be a ball up here as Meyer squaring up. And in fact, it was a free kick, and now we've got a 50-meter penalty that's been paid downfield to the Sacramento Suns. We didn't see exactly what happened here, but Jordan Schaefer will get the kick, and Schaefer has done very well. And Meyer, as we see Dave Bryant looking very much like Ted Lasso with that mustache out to the near side. It's marked by Capernano. Capernano now goes in short, and a good job of pressure there, ding, 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 by Zach Ledger, and the ball goes out of bounds, 3-1, the score on the AFL, Watch AFL scoreboard, Troy.
So Houston back in their back line, managed to win the tap, get a quick kick, but off the side of the boot and over the line and out of bounds. So Sacramento with another chance to take that ball forward and get a goal. They will need to move the ball to the other side of the ground, though, I feel.
Yeah, especially with the wind blowing the way it is. Schaefer does a good job in the ruck, knocked down, and now trying to get that one out. Everybody down on their hands and knees, answering some prayers, and the ball gets kicked up high into the near side. It'll drop just in the field of play and bound out of bounds right in front of the Houston bench. And out of bounds now. Just taking a look now as we do confirm the fact that Orange County did win earlier, and they are playing later on today. They are playing Columbus, so it's very possible that if Sacramento can hang on, that will be their game tomorrow morning, will be a de facto semifinal. The winner will go on and play in the Division II Grand Final. Boston in the catbird seat at 2-0 ahead of Portland and Baltimore, who are 1-1. It could come down to percentage. Meyer takes it out of the ruck, but then just gives it back to his teammates on the bench, and again we'll have a boundary throw in. Here's a little bit of history. Seattle and New York in Men's Division I drew. With that draw, that is the third draw of the season by Seattle. They have no USAFL team has had 3 draws in a single season before. That is a USAFL record. I don't know if that's one that will ever be tied. I don't know if that's one that's necessarily to be proud of, but it is a record nonetheless.
It would be appropriate if it was tied, I think you'll find.
Yes. Oh, I see what you did there. Tristan Boyer with an absolute. I love the way Tristan Boyer plays. He goes very straightforward about his work, and he is very reliable. And I'll tell you what, since they lost Saleh Taibji, they really have been needing that sort of player. He's not the transition player that Saleh was, but my goodness, he is absolutely reliable. And we have a whistle, and it's going to be a free kick. I believe that was Alvarez, the trailing official, who made that call. So a free kick to Houston, still trailing 3-1, and the man in 15 here that you see is Rory Kerr. Kerr will go straight down the middle of the ground, and it's a nice mark taken in defense by Hauptmann. Matt Hauptmann with his brother Lucas. I think it was Lucas that won the MVP award in that final against what a mark! He got higher than Joe Cocker to take that one. And give it to the number 65, who is Caden Laffin. And if Caden can slot the first goal of the match, he will very much be laughing. Has some options running through. The umpire winds him up, goes off of one step, drops it in front off the shoulder, but it will bopped away. And now as they try and get it out desperately, and that one is cleared out of there, and it's marked nicely dead in front. And this time it is Josh Dawson. Dawson sends that one in quickly, and he gains some very important meters straight down the ground to the man who we called earlier, Mason Lafond.
So they finally got a ball out towards the middle of the ground, courtesy of the defenders. Quick clearance under pressure.
Here is Lafond, steps back, steps in, and that sails through, flying majestically like a flatulent moth, and Sacramento gets their first sausage roll of the game. They go to 1-3-9. Houston, one behind. Yeah, they're behind by 8. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard with World Footy News' Troy Thompson.
Yeah, exactly what I've been saying. You need to get that ball out in the middle because it's very, very hard to kick it from the dead pockets here. That breeze blowing left to right hard, but if you're out in the middle of the ground, you can sit the ball up into that breeze and drop it through the middle. Exactly what he did there.
Ball comes back in the middle of the ground once again, and so much. If, by the way, just a quick announcement: if you were a winner of any of the silent auctions from the last 2 nights, you can go see Carrie in the merch tent and get your prize. And some great words for the USAFL Foundation, and you can make a donation. Plugger is wandering around; he's hard to miss. You can talk to him about making a donation, and he's been saying that he's going to go around and match donations, I think, of $25. So consider donating generously to the future of the game here in the USAFL. Boyer in the center of the ground here at Cooper's Field, here at the Silver Lake Sports Complex. Sends that one up on the far side, and the mark is taken very, very nicely by Sean Smith. That's Smith with a Y, as opposed to Smythe, which is Tommy Smythe, which is Smythe with a Y. But that's soccer, and this is Aussie Rules football. Up on the far side now, sending that one now, and that's another mark. And again, Houston doing very well defensively, but not able to string anything together yet, Troy.
And not the Sean Smith who played for Melbourne, of course. His daughter Amy also now playing in the FLW.
There you go. That's somebody completely different. Go ahead.
Okay, we've got a quick snapshot of goal from the hot pocket here. And it's a goal to Sacramento, their second goal for the match. Great kick from the pocket. Could be goal of the day there, Brian.
And I think that's Hopman with the goal, and I think somebody down there might I was going to say might do it, but in fact it is Matt Hopman who kicked the goal. So on the Watch AFL scoreboard, they go ahead to 2-3-15 does the Sacramento Suns. Houston 1 point, and Sacramento looking very good. It'll be interesting to see, however, kicking towards the neighborhood end, how the wind will affect things, and every year I feel like something affects it. Is it the heat? Is it the weather? Is it the wind? The wind is very much affecting things as it blows across the way here in Ontario, California. Ball comes to ground now. Here they come again on a Saturday afternoon. Comes the Suns, and now here comes Houston back the other way. Nolan gets it away to Raul Meza. Meza's going to send that one forward. Clean bowls a couple of defenders. Out the back they come, and now sending that one all the way back, and here now they come trying to look up. Here they come. There's a mark. It's not going to count as the siren goes. Halftime at the football. The guys, you can stop. It's halftime, and that'll do it. So a very interesting first half. Sacramento, however, has the sway of play on the possession arrow and on the scoreboard. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, it's 2-3-15 Sacramento, 1 point for Houston. Halftime thoughts from Troy Thompson.
Yeah, so as you said, Brian, the wind could be the one that affects this game. And the wind is even for both teams, but it's the way you use the wind. And that second half of that first quarter, we saw Sacramento get the ball out to that top side where they can use the wind to bring it in and not have to come from the dead pocket. Both sides managing to score some behinds early in the match, but really was an arm wrestle until that last 5 minutes when Sacramento came home, taking a 14-point lead into halftime.
And Troy, just as you've been talking here for the benefit of our audience at home on Go Live Sportscast, it has started to rain a little bit. We have managed to go the entire day without getting rain, and now it is just starting to sprinkle a little bit. While they're doing that, for the folks who are not yet undercover, I mean, it's not terrible. It's actually kind of refreshing right now. I guess this would be a normal spring shower in Melbourne, right?
Spring, summer, winter, autumn, any time of the year can be like this in Melbourne.
We've got matches coming up for you at 4 o'clock. Here on Cooper's Field, Orange County and Columbus. Orange County with a victory, as we said, and if this result holds, we'll be 2-0, and we might see that deciding match for the grand final Saturday morning. Over on Field 2, Men's Division 1, New York and San Diego, the Magpies and the Lions. Men's Division 3 on Field 3, the Philadelphia Hawks and the Denver Bulldogs reserves team, both of those teams 1-0. Men's Division 4, Golden Gate and Des Moines. I'll be back on that other field calling my 5th game in a row on 4 Go Live Sportscast. And Women's Division 2 on Field 5, the Austin Crows and the Centennial Tigers. We're going to take a quick look at the ladder here. And we'll tell you that we have in Division 1, We have Golden Gate at 2-0. We're waiting the result of the Austin-LA game. So it looks like Golden Gate and Austin, the first game of the day tomorrow, may very well be for a spot in the grand final. That would be really, really fun. Pool B, Denver at 1-0. We mentioned New York and Seattle drawing, so they're 2 points behind, and then you have the Lions at 0-1. In Division 2, we mentioned the situation, Boston at 2-0, and we have the games that are going on here. Over in Division 3, the Arizona Hawks have won both of their games. Nashville at 1-0. They're playing North Texas right now. Pool B, Denver and Philadelphia, they're about to meet for first place in men's Division 3. Division 4, Des Moines will play Golden Gate. That will be for a chance to win and go on. If Golden Gate could win, we end up with a three-way tie, and it comes down to percentage. Pool B in Division 4, Denver at 1-0, Sacramento at 0-1. We didn't have anything from Orange County. How about that? This in the women's, Troy. San Francisco and New York are going to meet at 5 o'clock in what essentially is an elimination final. The winner goes on to the semifinals. The loser will play for consolation honors. Minnesota and Seattle are playing. Minnesota has defeated Seattle, so Minnesota is now 2-0, and they now have a chance to be in their first ever women's grand final. Seattle... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said that's huge for them. Fantastic win.
Seattle, who a lot of people fancied could knock off San Francisco, are 1-1. They look ticketed to go to the semifinal. We'll find out tomorrow when Seattle plays Denver and Minnesota plays D.C. Denver and D.C. are playing now. The winner will have a chance at 1-1 tomorrow. And then we have Women's Division 2, where we had Centennial and Austin win earlier today. So that's a quick look around the grounds. USAFL.com/nationals/2022 as things are getting a little bit more atmospheric around here, Troy.
Yeah, it's nice and breezy. That's going to keep affecting this game. Just little spits of rain, not enough to make it wet.
Kelly, do you want something to cover the board with?
So we're not yet looking at a wet weather footy situation.
Apologize for our appearance as we are covering some very expensive pieces of equipment. But we are just about set to go in the second half here. So we've had, I'd love to tell you it's 4 seasons in a day. We've really only had just the cloud cover, and now we have the rain. Second half about to get underway, and here to get you started from World Footy News is Troy Thompson.
Umpire throws the ball high. Ruckman up. Good tap won by Houston. Looking to get the clearance out of the middle, but the umpire has picked out a free kick to Houston. So chance here to kick the ball into their forward 50 for the first time in this second half, Brian.
An opportunity now, and we'd have to see how the weather and how the wind will change the complexion of this game. Again, trailing 15-1 on the Watch AFL scoreboard. The ball is up on that far side as they rinse through the raindrops. Big takedown, picked up nice by the man in Mesa for Houston. And the ball goes to ground, and they'll push and tug and shove and all that other good stuff, and we'll have a ball up on that far side. If you're Houston, Troy, what do you do? If you're the coach, what have you told your team at halftime?
I think they've really got to play that top side. They've got to get the ball into the open there, not get it locked up, because they've got to kick a score to win this game from here. They can't just go contest to contest, more ball ups and eat up time. They've got to make the most of this.
No, they really can't. And they'll have the opportunity as they go forward. There's a man waiting back there for the mark, but he can't get it. It goes to ground. And now out the near side they come. They shovel that one forward. And then picking that one up and clearing that one out was Hopman for them. And David with a nice mark, a courageous mark, as he had Chance Meyer up the tail of his jersey. And now back the other way they come. Here comes Sacramento, maybe trying to put the game away early here in the second half. That one goes in. They chase after it. Sends that one in towards the sticks. Everybody going back chasing. It's going to roll. It's going to roll. And it's a goal. Well, Cameron Fairchild was back there, I think, just to make sure. But in fact, whoever it was that kicked the goal, it doesn't matter because it goes through. I think he was just there to make sure. I think it would have gone through either way.
I think it may have already been through.
I think it may have already been through. He just wanted his name in the paper, because, the paper. Anyway.
And just a little moment there with the goal umpire saying, hang on, leave it to me. I'll make the decision here. And we waited, and the two fingers went up.
Watch AFL scoreboard, 3-3-21 Sacramento, 1 point Houston. Sacramento looking very much the goods here. And I'll tell you what, you talk about 20, that reminded me a little bit of the late, great Alex Benjamin, who was named as a heritage member for the USAFL Umpires Association. We do miss Alex here at these parts for the last 5 nationals. Boundary throw in, 40 meters around. Ball comes spinning back in the play. Ball goes to ground and picked up back the other direction. Goes now in, and it's marked nicely. And here is Simon Craig. 45-degree angle. We've got a really, really nice angle over here, Troy. We can see right behind him. The wind feels like it's kind of died down a little bit. Craig. Sets sail, starts left, comes back right. That is a badly, badly needed goal for the Houston Lone Stars. It's their first sausage roll of the game. They go to 1-1-7. They trail by 14 points on the Watch AFL scoreboard. 3-3-21 for Sacramento. Calm, collected, and now they go forward.
Yeah, look, that was fantastic work there. He just came out, protected the space, took the chest mark, made sure he didn't drop the mark, and made no mistake with the kick. And now they need to back up and go again.
My old teammate Ryan Kavanaugh in Philadelphia used to say, you get the first goal, then you get the second goal. Simple as that. Then you get the next one. They need that next one. Out of the middle they come again, and this time it's Houston that tries to move the ball forward. Now sending that one forward is Raza. Raza sends that one forward. Now going back to get it is Ching-Yu Chang, one of their rookies for Houston. They're really excited about him, and it will be a push in the back, and they've earned a free kick, and it will go to Chang.
Quickly things can turn.
Now he's got to decide what he's going to do. As Craig goes forward and gives him the lead, they handball it off. Goes forward, up, he's taken down. And, yep, it is going to be.
High fend.
It was a high fend. Carry Nolan. And Nolan won the longest kicking a couple of years ago. Just should have given it to him and maybe stand back and just let loose. Here's Colby Campbell on the near side.
I think the problem was that he was flat-footed, Brian. Had he been on the move, he could have got through, I think.
Was deflected, didn't matter because it was dropped by LaFond, and the ball comes out to the near side. The ball tumbles out of bounds in front of Troy Thompson and me. I'm Brian Barish. The rain is still coming down at a light but steady clip as the ball comes in back in the play here on Go Live Sportscast. Ball goes to ground as there is Meyer, who goes taken down as Caprignano went A over the proverbial T. And we'll have a ball up. Umpire Steve Arnett, a life member, I think a Hall of Famer. He should be if he isn't. Ball goes back in the air once again. Hopman is able to knock that one down. Over to get it is Josh Dawson. Ball goes to ground, and that one gets knocked down. It's a push in the back and a free kick once again to Connell Broderick.
So Broderick with the ball at halfback for Houston. Looking down the ground, goes a short chip out to this side, but ball intercepted by the Suns. Quick kick down into the forward pocket. Ball's just grabbed it and take it over the line and out of bounds.
Great job again by Tristan Boyer.
Yeah.
My goodness, you see him push forward.
Amazing intercept.
And I think that was kind of by design because you can see where he was. He was almost over here, about to come off on the interchange gate. But my goodness, what a player he is for the Sacramento team. Crash boom opera, and it comes out to Nolan. Nolan comes out to the near side. 2 Lone Stars are there, but the wind takes it out of bounds on the full in front of Ted Lasso, and we'll have a free kick. That's Dave Bryant. He looks like Dave, you look like Ted Lasso. As the ball comes in, it's taken. Here comes Caprignano, or rather that's I don't know who that was, as that one goes down. The ball is in. It goes, and it's stripped and dispossessed by Campbell. Campbell's going to take that one across the face. That's marked defensively, and all of that has gone down the toilet, just like a pack of Skittles going down the toilet. Wait, that's a NASCAR race. And now out the near side. Everybody wants it. Punched free there by Casey Campbell, maybe related to Colby Campbell. Ball goes to ground. Out to the near side they come, and the ball stays in play momentarily. Now whack back in the play, and the ball is still in play, and now everybody decides that they want to have a giant group hug. And that's pretty much what's happened, as now they come out to the near side. Another out on the full. It's not terribly advisable, Troy, when you're on the side where the wind is blowing, when you're standing on that side of the field, to just indiscriminately kick it, because I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's going to go out on the full, and that's what we've seen here. Although I think they are saying it may have been, the goal umpire is now saying that it was touched. So the boundary umpire overrules. We are going to have a boundary throw-in, but that's still a cautionary tale, I think.
Absolutely. Such an easy trap to kick that ball down and turn it over. I mean, you're looking to clear it out of your back line, but really it's just going to come back in quickly if you give away that free kick.
Ball goes to ground once again, and it's Nicholas Jones. And so a little bit of after-party action, but nothing terribly in that. And we'll have a free kick. Is that? It is. Number 77, that's Toby Sheik Simmons. It's weird to not see him with the covering. That's where he's got his nickname from. And the mark is taken by Jordan Schaefer. He looks like he's just out there in the Foreign Legion leading the defense, as that one is sent in, and the ball gets knocked down, and the ball gets knocked free. There's Hopman with a chance in front. That is a back-breaking goal, and the Suns may have just locked this one up off the foot of Matt Hopman on the Watch AFL scoreboard.
That was a great long kick from Schaefer to the hot spot there, and he knew that his teammates down there, if they didn't mark it, would be able to clean that up.
4-3-27 for the Sacramento Suns, and 1-1-7 for Houston, and the margin on the Watch AFL scoreboard is 20 points. And I've been very, very impressed now, this Sacramento team. It's interesting because I think there was some back and forth whether they would be the number 1 seed, Boston would be the number 1 seed. Western Division champions in Division 2. On the Division 2 side, you knew they had the talent. Now the question will be, where will they be tomorrow, and against who will they play? Of course, you'll see Orange County play next. And Orange County has a chance to force, as we said, if this result holds, a de facto semifinal. We're not done in this game yet, and neither is the man in Martin Boris, I believe is who that was, and he finds the man in Julian David. David will send that one forward, and it bounces away and goes out of bounds.
So Sacramento really back into this game now. Houston had their 5-minute period there where they look like they're coming back into the game, but they've been shut down. Sacramento all over them now with the ball deep in their forward pocket.
Boundary throw-in upcoming. Sacramento, the Suns, who've come all the way down from Northern California. Also helps that they've had a shorter trip than most, all the way around. Do not tell me that's going to be a goal. No, it drops in front, and now everybody, that one is knocked there. There's David, and it's loose. It's still hopping around like a Mexican jumping bean here in Southern California, and the ball goes out of bounds. I'll have a boundary throw in. Colby Campbell kicked that one up high. In any other chance, that would have been a goal.
Just the defense on the line there from Kemper was fantastic. Twice he knocked the ball back and stopped them getting through for a goal.
Kyle Kempka doing a fantastic job. The ball goes down. That one is a little shot for goal, and that one is kicked out to the near side, and that one is down. Houston desperately trying to get that one away. Capernato runs into him. Getting that one again is Martin Boris, who has it, and that one goes across, and it's marked by Julian David.
Just kneeled down for that one. Casually took the mark.
And that's a bit of a stretch for a man of his height. So here is David, who I think has earned a goal. Starts it right, drifts left. How far did it drift left? Through for out of bounds on the full. He's missed the lot, as they say.
Yeah, probably gave the ball a bit too much height there. Need to keep the kick a bit flatter with this crosswind.
Still 27-7 on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Second half of play here on Go Live Sportscast. Been a fantastic day of footy action here on Cooper's Field, and it's been interesting to see the clouds roll across the mountains. Ball goes down, picked up once again, and goes to get that one again. Now Sacramento the opportunity. Ball gets taken down once again. Houston trying to get it out of there. Stu Jobba they call him, trying to get to it. And that one is shoved forward, only as far as Minmeyer. Rhino tries to get the ball forward, can't. They shove everybody out of the way, and now there's a giant mass of humanity that's finally won by the Lone Stars. He'll try to clear to present danger out the far side. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 for Houston. Just got it away. Good job to put the pressure on there by the man in Kendall Hutchings, and Rabbit was there on the case. Now here comes Houston, as there is Craig sending that one deep, going after. It's a one-on-one contest. That's Abinat. Abinat, if he can find the handle, can he slam it home? Yes, he can. That is the beauty of footy, 150 meters end to end. Houston's not done yet. That's their second goal of the game on the Watch AFL scoreboard. They go on to 2-1-13. They trail 4-3-27.
There's nothing like a good coast-to-coast turnover goal. Going into that open 50, the one-on-one contest, and he made no mistake.
No, and there's a lot of players, and I think Abinat is relatively new. There's a lot of players in that position who would send that one somewhere out way wide, but he did a fantastic job of keeping his poise and slotting it home for a goal. Time may not be on their side, but it is still a lot better. It's a 14-point game. If they can get a couple of goals here, that might make the Suns sweat. The sun might not be out, but the Suns are. And we'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground, says umpire Alvarez. And thanks to some of our sponsors. You see the Tasmanian logo directly across from us. You also see, Cooper's. You see Play Aussie as well. Aussie Sports USA, our official apparel maker of the USAFL. In short, marked and Meyer. Meyer is mired in a mire of humanity there.
Yeah,
and David, and it was a little bit of a throw. Sir, you're not playing rugby, mate. I don't know why I went from British to Australian. We'll keep the Australians' accents to a minimum. David sends that one in short. Who wants it? Over everybody. Tipped off the top. Sliding in and safe at second base was Kemka. He's done a fantastic job defensively for the Lone Stars. Out to the near side now. And over to get it is somebody. And then somebody else. Ball comes in. Skips free now. And shoving him aside is Stuart Job. And the ball goes out of bounds once again.
No, the tackle's been paid there. Just tried to do too much and get away there, and the three Sacramento players eventually running him down. I think we've got a little bit of cramp on the mark there as well.
Yeah, it's getting to be about that time of day, Troy, when everything is starting to catch up to you after playing all of those games.
I think he just needs to roll across the line while they play on. Here it is.
Here it is. This one goes up high. It drifts again across the face. And again, the ball tumbles out of bounds for a boundary throw in. And again on the Watch AFL scoreboard, 4-3-27 for the Sacramento Suns, 2-1-13 for the Houston Lone Stars. Just playing out the last couple of minutes here, last couple of seconds possibly in this match. Sacramento trying to go to 2-0 and for the time being at the top of the table. Of course, we have Orange County and Columbus coming up. Bill Robert will be back here. I don't know who he's calling with. No, he's calling with Troy Thompson. Thank you very much. They come out to the near side once again. David again. He's been everywhere. He's been like Batman swooping in when you least expect it, and most times saving the day. I think Batman might have a little bit more of a success rate. Nothing against Julian. It's just sort of, you know, one's fictional and one's not. Boundary throw-in. About 60 meters around. Knocked down. picked up and sent back into the middle of the ground. Drops in front of Hutchings. Hutchings keeps it in front of himself, punches it, tries to do anything he can to keep the ball moving forward. Comes out in front. Here is Martin Boris. Martin Boris couldn't get to it. Hopman, that would be Lucas Hopman, sits on his defender, and then a big swing and a miss, and the ball goes out of bounds in front of Fakulei, and the ball will have a boundary throw in. Cannot be much time left. If you want to know how much time there's left, well, I can't tell you that either. Ball comes back in the play. It's almost like the 5-minute warning on Channel 10 back in the day. Remember that?
Sure do.
Where's Tim Lane when you need him? I guess back in Australia. Out to the near side comes Zach Weichel. Drops in front. Spinning away through is Laffin. Will Laffin have a laugh? He sends that one on, and Mark dead in front. And it is Colby Campbell. Well, you don't want to take anything for granted in this game of footy. But there's Campbell off of 2 steps. And that, my friends, is yet another cherry on top of yet another delicious Sunday. And the sun might not be out, but the Suns are. I've already made that reference, but it's so good we'll use it twice. Watch AFL scoreboard. Sacramento goes on to 5-3-33. It's a 20-point lead over Houston, 2-1-13. Really fought, it must be said, in this game, Troy.
Yeah, Sacramento really coming into their own second half of this half, and Houston really haven't been able to do much about it. So sending the ball along to the square there, making sure it can be kicked from point-blank range, it will really look like the nail in the coffin. Action back in the middle again now. Houston win the ball forward. Suns are there, though, clearing off the half-back line. Up to the wing. Meyer couldn't get hold of it. His teammate snaps around the body, looking in the middle of the ground, and Mark taken there by Houston. Dishes off quick hands, looking to kick long and high. Under that is Dave Meyer, but he can't mark it. Good mark taken there by the Suns. Course percentage could also always be important later on, Brian.
Yep. If two teams end up going 2-0 and there's a draw, here's Fakulei sending that one in for Laffin, and now back the other way. This is feels like the longest 20 minutes. As here is Campbell, who shoves down Raza in the process, or check that was Meza in the process. And now Houston comes back the other way after taking it. The big men fly. Ball goes to ground. Campbell doing the dirty work, just like Steely Dan, and then sending that one somewhere out in the nether regions, and then punched away by Houston.
The big double fister there from the man in defense.
There'll be a lot of people over at the backyard double fisting tomorrow. I'll tell you what, especially Cooper's. Probably a lot of people over across the way from us in the Cooper's beer tent double fisting some delicious Coopers.
So ball in comes and Sacramento win. Ball comes off the side of the boot for behind, and the siren sounds. A resounding victory to the Sacramento Suns over the Houston Lone Stars, Brian.
And that point will count. They did signal it. So the final margin will be 21 points. Sacramento 5-4-34, defeating Houston 2-1-13. Great effort by both sides, it must be said, in very changing weather conditions. It has stopped raining here, but I'll tell you what, Houston played well. Sacramento the better team, and now one more win away from making it back to the D2 final against D2 final, their first appearance in that final game in 7 years.
Yeah, on the evidence of that game, I think they're a big chance to do that tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to step aside because we've got more action. We'll tell you here at the ground that the next game on Cooper's Field at the 4 o'clock action, the Orange County Giants and the Columbus Cats will Orange County tie them. That'll be alongside Bill Robert and Tommy Ellis as well, so that's fantastic. They'll bring you the action. Field 2, Men's Division 1, New York and San Diego. Field 3, Division 3, 2 1-0 teams, Philadelphia and Denver Reserves. I'll be over on Field 4 doing Golden Gate and Des Moines. That's Field 4, Division 4, and on Field 5, Women's Division 2 action between Austin and Centennial. Bill and Tom will be with you in just a moment. We come back to 2022 USAFL National Championships.